everybody. Good evening and welcome to a live post-game edition of Dodgers Territory. That is Clint Pasillas. I am Alana Rizzo. Katie Wu is in line, getting ready to go into the Dodgers clubhouse. She'll talk to Dave Roberts first and then make her way into the clubhouse in what is yet another win. Great pitching today. Honestly, Clint, great pitching today on both sides, both the New York Mets and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Yamamoto, we keep doing Yamamoto post games. We need to have somebody else on a Tuesday, but hell of a job by Yama, hell of a job by Trinan, hell of a job by Alex Vesia on a night where he had all of the nurses and medical staff in that helped him and his beautiful wife deal with that tragic event in the offseason. But heck of a win for this team. The Dodgers just keep rolling, Clint.
Yeah, what is this now? 2 in a row because they lost the getaway day, or at least the series finale there over the weekend. But what do we want them to do? We want them to just keep on winning series, and that is what they have done. They've secured the series win. You got Shohei Ohtani, bump day tomorrow. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, every bit of a pitcher's duel, as advertised with Yamamoto and Nolan McLean, young ace of that New York Mets staff. If you like pitchers duels, this was your game for sure. We had the leadoff homer served up by Yamamoto, and then after that, I think he retired 19 or 20 in a row, just absolutely dealing, pitching into the 8th inning, gets through, let's throw the pitcher bug up there, gets through 7 2/3, and then Blake Trinan, huge appearance to not allow an inherited runner to score, because you know how important that is to me. But fun game. There was a lot of theatrics yesterday from Wrobleski not going 9, not being allowed to go 9. There's a lot of vitriol online about that, but today just a ho-hum, very good Dodger 2-1 victory.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And, you had Kyle Tucker come in the clutch there late in the ballgame to drive in the go-ahead run, that flare single that drove in the 2-1 offense that the Dodgers needed. And we talked about on our show on Monday that, perhaps that Kyle Tucker was pressing a little bit. We use that cliche so much in baseball, but he got the job done tonight, and it was absolutely beautiful. Yamamoto, I tell you what, and this is funny, right before we went on the air, Clint, I sent you this tweet from John Heyman, who said that, we should start talking about Yoshinobu Yamamoto in the same type of conversation as Paul Skeens and Tarek Skubal in terms of being the best pitchers in the game right now. Obviously, you wanted him to be the Cy Young Award winner last season. Perhaps Yama is in that conversation this year and gets more votes than he did last year, but hell of a game for him again. That was a pitching clinic, as Richard Flores, 8395, said in our chat. Guys, get your comments in the chat. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to let us know how you're feeling about things. That was a pitching clinic. Yamamoto is spelled Guts. That's not Jets, not the Jets. It's guts. If you don't Vesia, then you just hate yourself and must be oh geez, gosh.
If you don't like.
All right. So anyway, it was just beautiful. And then everyone's like, oh my goodness, when Dave Roberts elected to take Yama out and bring in Blake Trinan, and Joe Davis said it really well on the broadcast with Eric Karros. He was like, do you go with a tired Yamamoto or do you go with a fresh Blake Trinan? It turns out that Dave made the right call. Blake Trinan comes in, gets the job done to finish it out. And then, of course, Alex Vesia comes and locks down the 9th inning for his second save of the year. It was just beautiful. I mean, it was a low-scoring game, but a great pitching performance all the way around.
Yeah, and we had a lot of dialogue on my All Dodgers show yesterday. And by the way, we'll have a post game after we wrap up here. So go check it out. Subscribe over there. Join the conversation. But there was a lot, like I said earlier, there was a lot of conversation. There was a lot of people upset that Justin Wrobleski was not allowed to complete that game yesterday. It's early April or mid-April at this point. It's early in the season. He does not need to go 9 innings. Yeah, it would be nice. It'd be cool. It'd be bitchin'. It'd be sexy. Doesn't need to do that. The same, way that Yamamoto doesn't need to get through 8. The point I'm getting to here is I believe in Dave Roberts. I think he knows what he's doing at this point. I think we can all shut up about questioning Dave Roberts because he's got a lot of hardware. Once as a player, 3 times as a manager now of this team. He's got a lot of hardware in that hand that says he knows what the F he's doing.
Yeah, he does. Yoshinobu does as well. 7 2/3, 4 hits, the 1 earned run, 1 walk, 7 Ks, 104 pitches. And like EK said, if he's already thrown 104, why not let him throw 107? But Blake Trinan comes in. 65 of the 104 were for strikes. he was definitely looking to match Justin Wrobleski, right? Obviously, Justin, great performance yesterday. Yama, another tremendous performance today. I think the biggest question for me, and I actually texted Katie Wu, who obviously is there at the park, waiting to hear from Dave Roberts before she goes into the clubhouse. The only question I have about this game was, where was Edwin Diaz? Why was Stanley 299? I hear you, man. Why? Because he didn't pitch yesterday, right? So
he hasn't pitched since Friday.
Yeah,
and
so I don't know if he's hurt. They claim he's not hurt. They claim it's not an injury. They're hoping it's not a mechanical issue. The velo's a little bit down. We talked about it yesterday. And I sent Katie a text. I said, why didn't he pitch? She's like, I'm going to find out. I said, well, if you talk to Dave while we're on our show, please let me know. Because that's just an interesting, and Alex got the job done, but he's not our closer. I mean, a 2-1 game, a guy that doesn't pitch yesterday, hasn't pitched since Friday. It's today's Tuesday, right? So like, he's obviously, I mean, I don't know. He's going through something. I just don't know what it is. That was a little peculiar to me.
Yeah, to not see him in that game against his former ball club, if there is a red carpet to be rolled out for Edwin Diaz to pitch, it was tonight. So it is a little, they got the job done. Alex Vesia is very good at his job. Love the kid. But to not have Diaz ready in that situation, at some point, Dave's Davisms are going to catch up to him, and he's going to have to say, there's something going on, or it's an injury, or we're slow playing him right now. We're not going to put him on the IL yet, and we're hoping everything turns out okay. But you can't just keep saying, no, he's available. Maybe I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like maybe they're just waiting to see, like, let me just rest him for a couple of days to see whatever it is that is, I don't even want to say ailing him because I don't know if it's an injury, but whatever it is that is not allowing him to be an automatic run out there guy. Maybe they're trying to see if like it just calms down, like if he starts to feel better so they don't have to IL him, or are they going to have to like retroactivate it back to when, I don't know. It's an interesting scenario. So maybe, by the time, I don't know. I'm sure that's going to be other than the like great game tonight. That's going to be the first question that's asked. Where was Edwin Diaz?
Yeah. That if that's not, I mean, you've been in that seat. Like, does Kirsten have to ask the positive question first, or can she ask the bigger question? Like, you've been employed by Sportsnet. I don't know, and the Dodgers. How do they kind of run that?
She'll probably go positive first. I mean, she'll probably talk Yamamoto first is my guess. I mean, I don't want to speak for her. I don't know how she goes about her business, but I mean, she'll probably go Yamamoto first, and then the lockdown effort by the pen, but then parlay that into, I mean, I would think, you'd parlay that right away into where was Edwin Diaz, or, there's a reason that they're not running him out there. I mean, certainly not his usage. He's rested.
He's plenty rested again. That's not pitched.
Something's going on. Something's going on. I don't know what it is.
No. And again, hopefully, Katie, just fight your way to the front. You're in LA now, homegirl. You got to like sharpen them claws a little bit. Get to the front. It's cat fight in that clubhouse. Like go for Bill Plunkett's knees.
Like she just like fair. No, just I mean with Dave in the interview room. Like as soon as Kirsten's done, like
clubhouse was the word I came up with. I'm just trying to tell her to choose violence.
Yeah, you woke up and chose violence today. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised by you at all.
Hey, how about a little bit of a palate cleanser? We'll continue talking, of course, about this game, but Elisheva asking in the chat, Alana, what does that shirt symbolize? We were talking about before the show.
Thank you for asking, Elisheva Jones. So this is from our friends at Athletes Logos. So obviously, remember Team Italy, who Clint wanted to win the World Baseball Classic. I was still Team USA because he had money on Team Italy. But remember, they had the espresso. I'll bring it down just a little bit. Yeah. Remember, they had the espresso machine in their clubhouse and dugout during the World Baseball Classic. So this is what we call like. They also do it in Latin cultures. So this is like the cafetera, where you make like, cortaditos, or like we call it, the Cuban coffee, like the little espresso shots. So this is the cafetera for Team Italy with the Italian colors. So athletes logos, check them out. They're super cool. They do a lot of really cool stuff, and they do it quickly, like really fast. So they were kind enough to send me
That's cool.
a cafetera. Yeah, so that's what that means. So I want to give them a shout out. So thanks.
Shout out to those folks. I want to shout out Gary G4M in the chat, because we talked about it, kind of glanced over it a little bit here. But brings up he's most impressed with Blake Trinan after what we saw last year. Watching him get a win for this team is great. And we talked a little bit about Trinan. I think yesterday we've talked a little bit about him with Tanner Scott as well. To see Blake Trinan come in relief with two guys, the runners are on the corners, there are two outs, and what we've seen a lot from him in recent vintage, last year especially, that would be the recent vintage, we've seen him walk that guy. He was very close to walking that guy, that leadoff batter, or his leadoff batter, I forget who he was facing, but the fact that he was able to kind of bear down and break off that slider and hit the bottom of the strike zone. That was big. That was a big moment. And I had put in our rundown, is like, is this the momentum? Like that momentum moment that this team needs to score that final run. And then we talked a little bit, of course, about Kyle Tucker, but it doesn't need to be hit hard. It just needs to find grass. And that's exactly what happened.
Hit them where they ain't. That's exactly what Kyle Tucker did. It was a little flare single. That's all it took. He drove in the winning run, or the go-ahead run at that time, proved to be the winning run, obviously. And that's what you need, like just figure out a way, take the pitch that they give you and do something with it. Make contact. You never know what's going to happen when you make contact. So they did exactly what they needed to do. It was a great pitching performance. They got enough offense, obviously, and give credit, obviously, to Nolan McLean, pitched really great as well. And the Dodgers ultimately, came out on top, and the Mets continue to scuffle. I did not think the Mets were going to be this bad this early on in the season. Much more to come here on Dodgers territory. Hopefully we'll have some answers about Edwin Diaz momentarily. Get your questions into the chat. We appreciate you guys being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, rate us 5 stars as we try to make our way to 20,000 subs. We appreciate you guys very, very much. More to come, but first, a word from our friends at Foul Territory.
Kratz, the world has a cord problem. Wires everywhere. It's 2026, and it is time to get a
Ridge Wallet 5-in-1. It's not a wallet, it's a charger. Look at this thing. It sticks to your phone. You push the button. It charges your phone while you can charge 2 different items at the same time. Oh, and don't forget, while it's charging, you got a little lean-to, John. That'll help it sit right there. Appreciate your Ridge Wallet. This is so nice.
Which is great for me. If I'm at the airport, I'm watching a game, I can charge 5 devices, and then I can just watch something on the phone. Of course, they still have the wallets that are money too, and we know the code. It's nice and simple. It's FOUL, F-O-U-L. 1 thing to pack, 5 ways to power. You can find Ridge's power bank at Best Buy, or our listeners can get 10% off at ridge.com by using code FOUL at checkout. Head to ridge.com, use code FOUL, and you're all set. After your purchase, they'll ask you where you heard about them. Please support FT and tell them we sent you.
Appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We got some more things to talk about here on this edition. I want to talk about that. Diane Schroeder just became a member of the Dodgers Territory YouTube channel. If you guys missed it, we did launch members this week. We are up to like an amount. I don't know the numbers, but if you want to be a part of it, if you want to be a part of helping support the show and also get other, if you want to call them cool little perks, I think they're pretty cool. You get badges. There are emojis so you can put Alana's face or my face on your comments if you're into that sort of stuff. We're eventually going to start using the polls and all that kind of stuff. So do check that out. You'll see a button that says join right here on YouTube. And with that, you will support us. You'll support the show, support Katie Wu in her effort to find out what is going on with the Edwin Diaz. You could also go to DodgersTerritoryShop.com and get yourself some swag. There's onesies in there. There's golf towels that I had a hand in designing that I helped Mark pick the colors. But scan that QR code or click the link in the description. Buy yourself some stuff that's cool. And how about this? How about this? We got to put this one. My buddy, my pal, everybody's favorite, IB Strokin, pause for effect. Just gifted 5 memberships to the YouTube channel. I'm turning on the soundboard for that because that's worth.
Thank you, IB Strokin. That's very kind of you.
That's awesome. We appreciate.
How gratuitous of you.
We always love IBS. Pause for effect. Pause for effect. We know the Dodgers win today. There's some good stuff. There's other good stuff that went on around the game, before the game. This is just an opportunity for me, much like Dave got today, to give Teoscar Hernandez some love, because he's having himself one hell of a fine season so far. I think his average, he just dipped under 300, but still, he's hitting the ball hard. You see the 858 OPS. The homers are there. He's playing. Hasn't been necessarily a problem defensively in left field. He's doing a great job. Doing exactly what we want. You'd love to see that one up. See the left-handed average go up a little bit.
Yeah.
But
you know what? We have talked about at length the players, Clint, that we thought needed to take a step forward or get back to where they were 2 years ago. Teoscar Hernandez was one of those guys, right? We talked about Tanner Scott and the sample size that we've had so far. We talked about it on our show yesterday. You've got to give this guy flowers, because in the sample size that we have so far, Tanner Scott has done exactly what he's needed to do. Same exact thing with Blake Trinan. Those were two in terms of the bullpen that we said, listen, you cannot perform the way that you performed yesterday last season. You must be able to take it to a different level. And they've done that. And the same thing with Teo, right? Teo, whether it was because of the injury last year or whatever the situation was, he needed to get back to where he was in 2024. The reason everybody was praying and screaming and saying, Andrew, you must bring him back in 2025. And he's doing that. I just got a text from Katie Wu that he threw a bullpen today. So that's the speculation anyway, is that Edwin Diaz threw a bullpen today, which is strange to me, because that should not affect his ability to
there's smoke
to
here.
come in. I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
You know this organization enough. There's something going on.
Yeah, they're not. They're not saying it.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, they're not saying it. At least not right now. They're probably still trying to see if whatever it is can calm down before it has to become an IL stint. That's my guess. My guess on that. But back to what you were talking about. Yes, Teo has done a really good job so far this season. Mookie Betts, any update on him? What do you think's going on there?
Yeah, so he was obviously at Dodger Stadium. He's been at Dodger Stadium. He was moving, throwing medicine balls around and all that. You could hear it from me, or you can hear what Mookie told our buddy, more so your buddy than mine. David Vassay will come back and break down where Mookie's at right now.
I'm able to throw, run. I feel it, but it's not that bad. Haven't started hitting yet, but we're doing like med ball throws. So we want to get fully comfortable with like throwing the med ball and like not having really any hesitation with that before we start swinging, just because I don't want to start developing bad habits, because I'm scared to swing, so but I mean, with all that being said, I mean, things are going great. I mean, it's just an oblique, and it's going to take time.
Do you feel it still in everyday life, or just in certain movements?
No, just when I start doing like sport stuff. I mean, everyday life is way better. No, I mean now I'm pretty normal. It's just when I get here and I start having to do like sport specific stuff is when I start feeling it. It's not that it hurts, it's not that it hurts. It's just that you feel it, and the more you don't want to feel it, because the more you feel it, that means it's still healing, and any quick movements from there could just re-injure it, and then we're in a much worse spot.
Apologies, the audio was a little low there, so hopefully you guys heard it. We'll give you a second to turn your headphones back down or your audio back down, but everything I'm fine with. He's moving. He doesn't want to aggravate it. He's taking his time, and we want to avoid the situation that happened last year where maybe he rushed back from that sickness and maybe he developed some bad habits in that swing that took 4 or 5 months to get out of. So I'm fine with it.
You cannot rush obliques. You can't rush obliques, and you can't rush hamstrings. You just can't, because once you think you feel good, I mean, any slight movement, if you come back too quickly, and you're starting all over again. So you have to be very, very careful. Chris Murphy 5424 says, just think they didn't want to put Diaz under pressure facing his old team so soon after leaving. Absolutely not. Not when you give a guy that much money. You're running him right back out there.
I saw this one as well. I was trying to find the one you just said. Sometimes they're very hard to find in the moment, but Darren, bring it up. He has more time to play guitar. does Mookie. And
Yeah, I
we
still
got
want to see him playing the one that Brad Paisley gave him because I know Brad wants a picture of that.
yeah, he's got to get to work on that. We
Yeah, a
got
couple of other.
499.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
thank you,
499.
Smurfy.
Yeah, from we keep messing it up. Fernando Francisco.
Fernando
It is
Francisco.
Fernando. Yeah, the third. Yama Ace was amazing tonight. Great win. Now one of my favorite days tomorrow. 2 reasons, obviously Jackie
Yes.
Robinson Day,
Yes.
and what? And it's my puppy named after Mookie's first birthday. Okay, I thought we were gonna go like Shohei Ohtani Bump Day, but then it became about a puppy, and that's pretty much as good.
It's better, in my opinion. It's better. And yes, Jackie Robinson Day is so special, of course, especially for the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. A couple other things. Clint, Kyle Hurt, your boy, is up. Ben Kasparius to the IL shoulder issue. What do you make of that?
I think it was a shoulder. I might have given you the wrong information there. I'm pretty sure it was a shoulder for Kasparius. It also seems a little bit like, let's just give you a little bit of a break because you have an 8 ERA to open the season. A couple of games.
One of the Phantom IL.
Wink, wink. Don't tell Rob Manfred about that one. But Kyle Hurt's up. We haven't seen him yet. Happy for him. Happy he's getting some service time. Happy for his pops. Because he's somebody who's always in my DMs and in my mentions trying to tell me, hey, you know what? I know a guy that can start. I know a guy that can relieve when we hear this person is injured, or this person is injured, and this person is injured. So, Ben Kasparius, tough start to his season. Hopefully he takes his time to get some things sorted out there. The other news of the day, how about this button? We got Brock, or as you call him, Beef. Brock Stewart went out on a rehab assignment today with single A Ontario Tower Buzzers down the road for me. The outing has been completed. A clean inning, 3 strikeouts in that inning for Brock Stewart, somebody who Dave said he's going to be about 3 weeks before he's an option to return. He's pretty much going through a full spring training. Something also somebody else, Kike Hernandez, said he's going to go out on a full 20-game minor league rehab assignment because he also did not have.
Can you imagine Kike in the minor leagues for 20? I can't. Get ready, people. That's going to be a good time.
I'm setting you up potentially for failure here, but he strikes me as somebody that would be pretty generous. Like he seems like he would take care.
1,000,000%. That's what I mean. Get ready. Absolutely.
I don't know if the kids say it anymore, but like I think that spread would fuck.
Wow.
With all due respect.
With all due respect,
it would hit. What did the people used to say? The people used to say back in your day, like that was bad. That was boss hog.
Wait a minute. Boss
Out of nowhere.
hog? But I'm like Dukes of Hazzard. What is wrong with you? Shut up. Moving on. Thoughts on JT Justin Turner signing with the Toros de Tijuana?
He wants to keep playing baseball. He found a way to keep playing baseball. That's cool. That's fun. Justin Turner playing baseball is good for baseball.
Justin Turner should be on an MLB team. This bums me out. I'm happy for him because he wants to keep playing, and that's fine. I don't know where, because he's obviously has to be a DH. He's not going to play defense.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him if this is truly what he wants. I can't. I mean, the faster he stops playing, the sooner he can become a manager, and I think he'll be a tremendous manager. So.
Or some sort of coach. He'll be in the Dodgers organization. That's the important thing. The sooner he stops playing, the sooner he can come home and he could be whatever his role is going to be. You know, he's going to have that same badge. That's me pulling the thing from my hip because I'm assuming that's how Kirsch wears his badge around Dodger Stadium
right.
as a special assistant.
Right.
Right. That is how like JT needs that. He needs that badge. Get him a job.
He'll get it. He'll get it when he's ready to stop playing, when he wants it. I wish him nothing but the best. He's a good dude. Love the kid.
Yeah, nice kid. Friend of the show. Actually, he's not. And as soon as he also retires, we could have more of an excuse to have him on here and talk about his career. Something I know he doesn't want to talk about his career yet because he still wants to be having a career playing baseball. But shout out JT. Hopefully that he gets one more title down in Mexico. I think that would be pretty fun for him. We got one more super chat on the way out. It is from it's from Gary, a different Gary. Gary is 2000.
Gary is 2000.
It's just money though. It's just $4.99 super chat. We appreciate that.
Thank you, Gary.
We appreciate the support.
My guess is that he wanted to type something else and then just something went haywire. And this is the poor guy. He gave us $4.99 for nothing.
Sometimes it happens. People just want to support. That's what it is. But
I appreciate that, buddy.
I think Mateo says I put the wrong screen up, but it's way too late for Alana to deal with your energy. You know
I
what?
love that he loves our show. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, we have a good time. We try to have a good time here.
We do.
And we'll have a good time again Thursday, noon o'clock Pacific time, 3 p.m. on the East Coast. We will be live. Katie will be back with us, and I'm sure we'll be talking about Edwin Diaz heading to the IL by that point.
That's what I was going to say, too.
Call it now.
I know. I think you're
not.
right.
I hope
I think
not.
you're right.
But at this point, it stinks. It stinks up the high hill right now.
It does.
You know what doesn't
You
stink,
guys-
though?